Hi guys, the next characteristic that we'll be looking at is hereditary, and these are the characteristics or genes that are passed down from our parents to ourselves, and they can determine partly how successful we are at learning a new skill. And underneath this point, there's also some sub-points that we need to look at. They're on your slide and as well as behind me on the board. But you need to understand that not always hereditary does determine whether or not someone is successful. And there are examples where someone who wouldn't normally succeed in that sport has done so. Think about maybe quite a short basketballer. We've had a few in Australia, and other sports where you think, they wouldn't normally do succeed, but there are other factors that maybe affect them. So the first one that we'll quickly talk about is the percentage of fast and slow twitch muscle fibers. As we already know, fast twitch muscle fibers would be more suited to sports that require explosive movement, so jumping and sprinting, and those slow twitch muscle fibers would be more inclined for those endurance-based activities. So that could be something that may impact or affect someone's ability to learn that skill. Okay, if it's sprinting and you've got a lot of slow twitch muscle fibers, you may not just grasp it as well. Somatotyping is our next one, which is our body shape, and we have our three ectomorphs, which tends to be those wiry, thin and lean people. We have mesomorphs, which tend to have more of a lean muscle mass over fat. And then we have our endomorphs, which tends to be our rounder, solider people who have more fat ratio than other muscle. These can determine what sort of sport, not always, but think about high jumpers. They tend to be really wiry and thin. And if you click on the video, you'll be able to see how thin and wiry they are, and that allows them to learn that skill more successfully if they've already got that body type. Maybe someone who is a little bit solider, maybe that mesomorph, they might be more inclined for doing sports that involve tackling, and that would make it maybe a little bit easier for them to be able to learn that skill because they maybe got the strength involved in doing that skill. Okay, our next one is gender, obviously male and female. The testosterone levels of males tends to make them more, allows them to build more strength and power over females, and that's why we have separate competitions for gender, because of that power and strength difference, and that would obviously cause issues and could cause serious injury. Okay, height is our next one, and height is can be related to the physical and biomechanical movements of the body, and these may impact on an athlete being able to learn that skill. Maybe, for example, a really tall person might have difficulty learning a clean and jerk for powerlifting or Olympic lifting because of the long levers that they have. However, they might find something like high jump or basketball shooting a little bit easier, as opposed to maybe doing a different sport. Maybe you could think of other ones where height and weight may have an impact on someone's ability to learn the skill. So they may actually learn the skill, but it doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to succeed. So a shorter person, going back to that mesomorph, the shorter person or endomorph might learn that high jump skill, but may not actually succeed because all the other people are so much taller. Conceptual ability is our next dot point, and that involves the ability to actually visualize the movement. And this is extremely important in that first stage of skill acquisition, our cognitive stage, where we're trying to actually process and learn those skills. So if we can actually visualize and get that concept in our head, that conceptual ability, if we're able to do that better, then we're more likely to be able to pick up and learn that skill more successfully and probably quicker. Overall, these are the main factors, not the end all, but these are the main factors of how hereditary can impact on a learner.